So you wanna know why I believe that using only Glintstone Sorceries is OP? For a starter, we have access to around 20 sorceries that can help in almost any situation, some of them being pretty strong. But for this build I'm using only 4 of them. Of course you can use all of them if you wish. Now let me present you my overpowered build. At level 100 the stats are 50 vigor for a decent amount of HP, 22 mind will give us enough FP to spam the spells, 30 endurance for a decent amount of stamina for blocking, 14 strength and 17 dexterity are the minimum needed to use the weapon, 60 intelligence for big weapon and spell damage, 12 fate and 14 arcane because we don't need these stats. The main weapon used is the Godskin Stitcher with the magic affinity and the Glintstone Pebble skill. At this point it's common knowledge that this skill is pretty powerful. After using it, follow up with an R2 for big damage. The skill scales with intelligence, so having a lot of points will increase its damage. The Godskin Stitcher has 886 AR when buffed by the Flask and the Exalted Flesh. The shield used is the Kite Shield, which is very light and has very low requirements. I used the Academy Glintstone staff for this build, which has 325 sorcery scaling when buffed. For the armor I used the whole Spellblade set because it provides 2% bonus damage to magic skills for each piece, so a total of 8% bonus damage to the Glintstone Pebble skill. Magic Scorpion Charm provides 12% bonus magic damage while receiving 10% extra physical damage. The Talisman is a must-have because both the weapon and our spells deal magic damage. Graven Mass Talisman raises the potency of sorceries by 8%. The Shard of Alexander will improve the damage of our weapon skill by 15%, making it even more powerful. And the Earthly Favor plus 2 increases the maximum HP, stamina and equip load. Terra Magica is a must-have for any magic damage user. It creates a sigil on the ground which increases the magic damage dealt from any source by 35% for 30 seconds. Scholar's Shield raises the blocking capabilities of our shield. That means we block more damage, consume less stamina while blocking and block more magic damage. The buff lasts 1 minute. Glintstone Arc is an amazing spell because it's cheap, has low requirements, has a large horizontal AoE, can be chain cast and passes through enemies. I use it to deal with multiple opponents. Great Glintstone Shard is also very cheap, and some people say it's the upgrade to Glintstone Pebble. It can also be chain cast and I like to use it against bosses when I don't want to engage in melee combat. The Spirit Ash for this build is Battle Mage Hughes. He makes use of 3 spells, Canon and Gavel of Haima and some sort of Glintstone Shard. He is quite tanky and can support you from range if you can hold the aggro. Overall pretty decent summon. In the Flask of Wondrous Physique I use the Magic Shrouding Cracked tier for 20% extra magic damage. The tier lasts 3 minutes, and the Intelligence Knot tier for 10 bonus points into Intel for 3 minutes. Other consumables are Boiled Crab for 20% reduced physical damage for 1 minute. I use it against opponents with high physical damage such as the Godskin Duo and Godfrey. And the Exalted Flesh for 20% bonus physical damage for 30 seconds, against opponents with high magic damage resistance such as the Elden Beast and Renala. If you want to go to a higher level, like 150, adding 13 points into Fate will allow you to use Golden Vow for extra AR and defense. If you want a slightly better shield, add 2 points into Strength to use the Brass Shield. It will also fit the look of the build with its golden color. 10 points into Intelligence will help you get to 80 when drinking the flask, so now it's worth using the Lusat staff instead. And to counter the downside of extra FP cost, add the rest of 25 points into Mind and some into Endurance for extra stamina. I love to come up with unique alternative builds, so I hope you enjoyed this one. Consider subscribing if you want to see more and check out some of my other builds. Thanks for watching.